We have a really great topic and treat today in that we have Kaiya Treffry. Did I do it right?
Treffry
with an R, who is our newest program starting, our program leader starting in about a week and a half with Tai Chi for Parkinsons through Act 2, the Spokane Community College program. And the class is going to start on the 23rd at noon. If you are signed up, try and arrive a little early so we can get through the paperwork. But we're really excited to have Tai Chi for Parkinsons. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot. I have the calendar up. And can they see the calendar right now? Mike? Okay. So a couple things that I want to make people aware of this week. This week only, if you are a participant of our Dance for Parkinsons here in Spokane or would like to attend it this week, normally that would happen on Saturday, but we have a Dance for Parkinsons training that's bringing 26 instructors from 5 states to Spokane to train on how to be leaders for Dance for Parkinsons. So our attendees are asked to come on Sunday the 20th at 11 a.m. and join the Mark Morris School of Dance in Gonzaga and our Dance for Parkinsons class. It's going to be great. And if you have questions about that, let me know. And then on the calendar again, Tai Chi starts on the 23rd. Tremble Clefs is back on and running full speed every Tuesday at 1 p.m. And on the 30th of September, we have a information group with AbbVie. I'm just looking at my typing skills on the calendar here for a second. It says information group, but the in is with the I at the beginning. Sorry. It's been a long weekend. I apologize. But speaking of our very cool long weekend, we had the Shaken But Not Stirred Friday night, and we had the Parkinson's Power Summit on Saturday, and we also had a support group leader training on Friday that Washington APDA sponsored and led at the Parkinson's Resource Center. And between all of those events, we had it was over 500 people join us for the 3 events. And I don't have any firm numbers, so don't quote me on this, but I believe after looking at everything today, we made $50,000 over the weekend. So, and all of that turns around and goes to the programs like our Tai Chi and our Tremble Clefs and our dance. That all turns back around and goes into that or the Resource Center. So we're really excited about that. And now I'm going to turn it over to Kaiya. Thank you very much for being here.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm just delighted that there are those of you here and those of you afar who are interested in learning about something a little bit different. I applaud you for that. And I brought 2 helpers along with me who have been taking class from me for about a year. Would you mind standing up? So this is Lynn Schultz. And this is Sally Hicks. And so they came to class about a year ago, and about the second week I noticed that Lynn was struggling a little bit, and I went up to her, and I only have one rule for Parkinson's and Tai Chi. I have one rule. It is do not try to hold in any tremors. Do not try to hold in any tremors. Just aim in the direction. So I talked with Lynn aside and said, just concentrate on your breath and concentrate on your alignment. And she just went into a zone. And she's still in the zone. And I've never seen anything like this before because she had never had any relaxation techniques. She'd never done any meditation, but she heard what I said straight out. Usually I have to talk like that over and over again, and usually it doesn't take. So Lynn is a wonderful example for you to all see. And then this is Sally. And one day Sally was struggling. Both of them have movement challenges. Neither one of them are Parkinson's. Sally was having some challenges one day, and she was having trouble, coordinating where the hands go and where the feet go and all of this. And she came up to me and she said, I want to be your shining star. And I could tell she was hurting. I said, but you are my shining star. And that is because both of these women are my shining star, because of the concentration, because of the ability and the willingness and the focus, the attention that they give to this practice, and because of their attitude. They have an attitude that this possibly can help them. And they just go in 100%. So these are good examples for you to have today. And then I want to thank my willing volunteers here who are going to participate. This is going to be a little different today. I'm not giving a lecture, really. I'm giving a mini class. You can sit down. And so would you like to, willing volunteers, would you like to introduce yourself? Well, I thank you. I had fears that no one would want to participate. So I'm very grateful for that. So one of the things that I want to start out with is just a little demonstration. If none of you have ever seen Tai Chi before, I thought I'd just show you a little bit what it looks like. It's a continuous movement, a particular sequence. So when you see people out in the park doing this, that's Tai Chi. So that's the first 5 moves of the Yang short form, which is 24 moves altogether, but that's just the first 5 moves. It's a nice little unit to practice. But what's really important is the basic foundations. People get all excited about learning all these things and having more moves to learn, but it's about really going into the principles of the things. So long ago, and far away in a land named China, there were the ancients who looked at the night sky to see how the planets moved, and they looked at the plants and how they came out of the ground and flowered and returned to the earth as a part of a seasonal cycle. And they looked at, in particular, in how it relates to Tai Chi, is they looked at how animals moved. And it's from the animal movements that they came up with what they talked about as natural laws of movement. If you look at animals when they're asleep, or babies, or your spouse, you will see that the belly expands. But in daily life, we've been talked out of that. And we've learned a different way of doing things. But that was one of the most basic principles. And I think, we don't give animals their due. My dog is much smarter than I am in some ways. Yes, I'm smarter than he is in other ways. But every single time my dog gets up, he stretches. Every single time. I'm a Tai Chi teacher. I've been doing this for 40 years. I don't do that every single time I get up. That's wisdom. That's animal wisdom. So we're going to start with the breath. And when we sit, these two don't know the pleasure of sitting in class. But when we sit, oh, Sally does from time to time, yes. It's from time to time. And then I make Sally sit up straight. She can't just sit. She has to sit up straight. So sit away from the back of your chair, feet apart, knees apart. Please participate in the other locations. Knees apart, feet apart. Feel your feet against the ground. Really plant your feet into the earth. Elongate in the spine. And then as we breathe in, it's as if you were pouring water into a pitcher. The water goes to the bottom of the pitcher first. So you can put your hands on your tummy. In Tai Chi, we call this the Tantian, just below the navel and inside. And so you can feel when you take the breath, let your belly expand. So those muscles stretch. And on the exhale, you feel the muscles collapse back and stretching out. So the water goes into the bottom of the pitcher first, and then it fills in the chest. So fills in the tummy and then the chest. So the air comes in through the nostrils, down into the belly, up into the chest. And on the exhale, the breath that's in the chest exhales first, then the belly. So again, the breath comes into the belly first, let it expand, then into the chest, and out. One of the big things in Tai Chi is being aware of the physical sensations. So I'd like you to pay attention to the physical sensation as it comes in through the nostrils. What is it what sensation are you aware of as it comes in through the nostrils? Maybe it's dry. Maybe it's moist. Maybe it's warm. Often it's cooler on the inhale and warmer on the exhale after it's been in your body. Maybe you'll notice when your breath is as complete as it can be that it's easier to sit up. It's easier to elongate your spine because the breath is supporting that uprightness. The breath is supporting that uprightness. And exhale. And exhale. Okay. You might want to put your hand on one side or the other. And I'm asking you to do that because I'm going to ask you to pick up your foot. And I'm asking you to do that in hopes that you will keep your spine straight and not lean when you pick up your foot. So keeping the spine straight, picking up a foot, and rotating the ankle very, very slowly. Feel the sensation of the rotation. And opposite direction. And opposite foot. You can change hands if you want. And opposite direction. Okay. So standing up. So one of my students, she used to just go across the room like this. And the next week she came back and she was really walking like a Tai Chi person. She's really walking like a Tai Chi person. I said, "What happened to you?" And she said, "I saw a video where they talked about an hourglass and it was like sand. that would go from one leg to the other. So we're going to shift our weight onto one leg, and then 1 grain of sand at a time is going to go into the other leg, down into the earth, open in the knees, and back. And the eyes are forward, gentle lift in the back of the neck. And 1 grain of sand at a time. Feel the solidity of your connection to the ground. And back. And then let's find weight 50-50, weight 50-50. And then shift onto one leg and pick up the opposite heel. And shift back, 50-50. Sink down into the stability of your standing leg and pick up your heel. And back. Opposite foot. Sink down into the stability of the standing leg. Pick up the heel. And down. Shift and pick up the heel. Just the heel. Sit down into the posture. Knees are always unlocked in Tai Chi. And back. Okay, weights 50-50. Sink into the stability of the standing leg. Lift one heel and a small step forward, touching down with your heel only. Heel only. And back. 50-50. And heel up. Small step, heel only. And back. Sink down in the opposite leg, heel up. And 50-50. And once again, lifting the heel and back. This time we're going to lift the heel and heel out, touching and back. Heel comes up and heel touches down. Very good, very good. Okay, okay, okay. Now I would like you to close your hands. Take one hand, put it on the other hand. When you close it, can you feel that? Can you feel in here what's happening? It's not just happening in the fingers. Actually, it's not just happening here. It's happening here. It's happening there. So, here we go. And so we close the hand. What sensation do you feel? Tightness. What else? What is it? What do you feel? Feel the sensation. Physical sensation. Strength? Warm. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So now I want you to release that. Open, open. And now what do you feel? Release. Release. Mm-hmm. Relax. Coolness. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now the question is, when it's like this, where do you feel the tightness? Where do you feel it? Shoulder. Who said that? You said that. Don't usually get somebody that goes that far with it. Usually it's here because I'm demonstrating here. So that's very insightful. So you go here. This has to be tight. This has to be tight. That has to be tight. Yes. So it isn't just the hands. It isn't just the hands. And when you open, where do you feel it? Your shoulders are relaxed now. So when I'm asking for questions, I'm really asking for your personal response. I'm not asking for the right answer, because it's going to be different for everyone. It's going to be different for everyone. Okay, now very carefully, shift your weight a little bit too far forward. A little bit too far forward. Put your weight on the ball of your feet. On the ball of your feet. Where do you feel the tension in your body when you do that? Calves, knees, toes, back. Okay, okay. Very carefully, even more carefully, a little bit backwards on the heels. Put a little more weight on your heels than usual. Where do you feel it? You feel it there? Yeah, yeah. Eyes. You feel it in your eyes?
No, thighs.
Thighs. All right. Thighs. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Often I feel it here because I'm trying to pull I think that's what, you were indicating here. I feel it here because I'm trying to pull myself back. Now, go back and forth, a little bit too far forward, a little bit too far back, until you find the place where those tensions go away as far as backwards and forwards go. Can you find that place where you don't have the fists in your body anymore on those places that you were telling me that they resided? It's called the power of chi. The power of chi. Okay. A little bit of weight, too much inside. This is so common, I can't even tell you. Too much inside. Where do you feel it? Knees and thighs? Knees and thighs? I'm feeling it here. And ankles. And then when I feel it here, I feel it here. My neck. Yeah. Okay, now a little bit too far outside. Now where do you feel it? Ankles, hips. Yeah, I often feel it in the hips because the energy is supposed to flow freely, and when you put it out, the energy can't get through that. So find that balance between just right as far as forward, backwards, and inside, outside. One of the interesting things about Tai Chi is that people really don't know. They think that they are well aligned. They really don't know when they're walking with poor alignment. They really don't know. So I have to tell you, like 90% of the people, 90% of women for sure, the knees are too far in. It's almost a given. It's almost a given with women that the knees are too far in. So we want the knees over the toes, and that will feel not at all normal. It won't feel at all normal because that is not how we've done it. But we've gotten to a place where people come into class and how they're walking, how they're breathing, also comes in the door with bad knees, bad back, poor posture, poor alignment. And so we have to learn a new way, which doesn't feel at all right. It doesn't feel at all right. But the power of chi, it can feel good. It can feel good. Okay, so when we sit down in the posture, that's when the knees bend. So relax in the lower back, elongate in the spine, eyes forward. And now I want you to lift your shoulder and your arm and down. And some people don't know that their shoulder and their arm don't always have to move together. So I'm here to tell you that it can. I want you to put one hand on your shoulder, and I want you to lift your arm without lifting your shoulder. Without. Very good. And down. If you want to try it on the other side, you can try it on the other side. And down. Okay. So, I suspect most of us in this room have been told, get your shoulders back, stand up straight. Am I right? Has anybody not been told that? So, yes, we want to be straight, but in Tai Chi it's a little different. It's not the military muscle straight. Sit up straight or I'll whack you. It's not the muscle. It's the muscle. It's energetic. It's being awake to the sky energy. It's being open. And it's energetic. It's not muscular. It's energetic. It's not muscular. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to shifting the weight And pay attention to your breath. And shift your weight to the other foot as if it were an hourglass. And lift up one heel. And down. Sit down into the posture now that we've talked about alignment, and continue with that full breath. Continue with that full breath. And lifting up and touching with the heel. Width in the step and back. Shift and heel and back. So eyes forward, ears above shoulder, shoulder above hip, hip above ankle. So now you shift your weight and lift your ankle, lift your heel, and your heel touches down. Keep width in your step and transfer the weight. Back heel comes up. Make a short step. It needs to be wide, but it does not need to be long. Eyes forward. The heel comes up. And heel touches down and transfer the weight. Back heel comes up. And step. And your heel comes up. And I'm going to stop, but I want you to keep coming. And step. Eyes forward, always a hard one. Eyes forward. And gentle lift in the neck. Yes. I see some people who have tuned in to the power of Chi. I do. And eyes forward. Nice. Very good focus. Sitting down in the posture, eyes forward. Full breath. Yes, I say that often in class, is the last person that makes it across the floor is the tortoise who wins the race. It's absolutely true. And some people tell me that they can't do it slow. They could do it if they did it fast. The value of doing it slowly is you have time to be aware of everything that you need to be aware of. Walking is all you have to do is be around a baby that's learning to walk, and you will remember walking is really a complex activity, and going slowly, you have the opportunity to recover the complexity. So, now you can choose. If you need to sit down, please do sit down. But if you're up for strengthening your legs a little more, the chairs are there if you want to sit down. But if you're up for strengthening your legs, just go up to the chair and turn around. And turn around. And Sally, do you want a chair? No. She doesn't get to sit down that often in class, so yeah. Okay, so standing, I understand, is uncomfortable sometimes. However, there is discomfort that is not good discomfort, and there's discomfort that is good discomfort. Discomfort that is not good is if your joints are hurting, then we need to talk about it. Then we need to talk about the alignment. Then we need to talk about things. But if your thighs get sore, yay! And if you leave class without your thighs being a little sore, you haven't done your job. So much of Tai Chi and the ability to have balance depend on strength of the legs. So that's really, I'm so tired. Yes, I understand. But that's good because then your legs will get stronger. Okay, so we're going to put it together. I've talked about balance. I've talked about alignment. And we've done a little walking. And now I'm going to do a little standing. Sit down into the posture. And full breath, full breath. When your breath is full from the belly and your whole torso is full, then the chi can move through your shoulder into the upper arm, and the upper arm can float to the surface. It happens here. In our world, in our daily life, we often grab with our hands and lead with our toes. Here in Tai Chi, it comes from the center, from the core of your body, into the upper arm, floats to the surface, and down. And inhale as we're going up, and down. And this will be a little bit different. Inhale. And this time we're going to go forward. So in Tai Chi, we never lock joints. Relaxed in the elbows, relaxed in the knees, and down. Inhale. And forward. And back. One hand up and one hand down. Flat palm to the sky, flat palm to the earth. And inhale towards the center of the body. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And this time the hand's going to come all the way around, and we're going to gather from below, which is the earth, which is quietude, which is coolness, and gather from the sky, which is heat, which is activity. And when those two forces are balanced, I'm sure you've all heard of yin-yang. However, I say yin-yang because that's what my Chinese teacher said. When those two forces are balanced in the body, then you have health and well-being. So say the Chinese. So say the Chinese. Gather. And okay. So remembering once again, shifting the weight onto one foot and onto the other. Inhale and exhale. And inhale, bring the heel up. And exhale, bring the heel down. And inhale, bringing the heel up. And exhale, bringing the heel down. And inhale and exhale. 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 Eyes forward. Keep your breath. Thank you. So continue to walk, just slower than usual, but just walking normally back to your chairs. Just walk back to your chairs. Don't speed. Don't speed. So, what was your experience? How do you feel? Relaxing. How do you feel differently now than when we first started?
More calm, collected. I feel straighter.
You feel straighter? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when you
Posture-wise.
Uh-huh. We don't have to do shoulds. So when you say relaxed, what is it that's relaxed? You were the one who said relaxed. Oh,
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Sorry, Sally.
My brain is more relaxed.
Your brain, yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Because often people are not aware. They think that their body is more relaxed, but they aren't aware that maybe that their brain is also more relaxed. So the body can be more relaxed, the brain more relaxed. And emotionally, do you feel a little more settled? You used the word settled, didn't you? You know, did I get that backwards? I don't know. No. Okay. So the title of this was Benefits of Tai Chi. And I taught a class instead. Anyway, benefits of Tai Chi. Tai Chi is good for the heart, it's good for the lungs, it's good for all of the organs. It regulates blood pressure. It benefits the musculoskeletal system, less pain in the muscles and the joints, more range of motion. There are studies that show that people who have osteoporosis benefit from this. It has benefits to the mind. Tai Chi changes the brain. It changes the brain. And it changes the brain partly because the emphasis that I was making earlier with Sally and Lynn about the willingness to focus, the willingness to bring the attention to what you are doing is how the brain then gets changed. It's more helpful. It's very helpful. It's very helpful for all of the dementia. There was a teacher, Feldenkrais, who was a movement expert, a martial artist, and a physicist, and he said, awareness of movement is the key to improving movement. Awareness of movement is the key to improving movement. It's good for balance. It releases stress. And it supports well-being. Partly it supports well-being because we have more well-being if we have a relaxed mind, a relaxed body, if our energy is balanced. Benefits of Tai Chi. This last summer, I bought one of the great courses from David Ross. And I think he's a pretty credible source. He has a degree in movement. He trained in China. Has 7 gold medals in Tai Chi in the U.S., 2 world bronzes and a world silver. And he talks about the more recent research, which is the research he talks about is from the Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, and Harvard. And he partners with Harvard in doing research on Tai Chi. And one of the things that he said that I think you might find interesting is that there is a website, www.taichiresearch.com. So you can look up research about Tai Chi on that. And these studies that he refers to, he says, universally show positive therapeutic effects on health conditions. No side effects, no contraindications, safe for everyone. Now, I need to make an aside about this. Yes, I do believe that this is true. And my observation has been in 22 years of teaching that sometimes people come and maybe their husband or their wife told them that they should come, and maybe their doctor told them that they should come, and they leave after the first week or the second week and they say, it didn't help my arthritis, it didn't help my knees, didn't help me. It only helps if the person does the principles, follows the principles. They can even be in class for a long time and still say that, but if they don't have proper alignment when they're doing the movement, then the benefits don't happen. So that's a teacher's disclaimer there. And the last thing I'd like to say about the benefits of Tai Chi is that I'm a great fan of Dr. Norman Deutsch, who is a neurologist who has written 2 books on neuroplasticity. This is the most exciting book I have read in years, and I read a lot. It is just the most exciting book I've read in years, and I read a lot. And chapter 2 is about Parkinson's. It's 70 pages long, chapter 2, and it is all about the journey of a man, a most exquisite journey of a man in South Africa and his story, his Parkinson's story. In fact, he has written a book. I don't have the book. He was a publisher himself and had self-published his book. So I don't know how available it is, but it's an extraordinary story. And so he was of interest to Dr. Deutsch. And in terms of Parkinson's and other movement challenges, his conclusion was, in large part, about the movement aspect, is that all martial arts, whether it be Tai Chi or any of the other martial arts, coupled with activity, the mental focus, the mental attention, coupled with activity bears results. So the story is just exquisite in terms of what this man was able to accomplish for himself, way beyond. I don't know that I would have that level of character to do what he did, but it shows what's possible. Absolutely shows what's possible. So, any of you have anything more to say about your experience or any questions?
We'll do a question and answer also with our whole group.
Yes.
But
Can I say one thing?
yeah, I'm gonna see if there we go. They can hear you. And if you want to actually stay.
Right you want me to stay there? Okay.
We can do that.
I just feel as if my back is to them.
Yeah.
The exercise, thank you for that,
yes.
Because now it makes me want to continue because I can see that there are benefits. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions here in the room? And if not, we'll start around with our other locations. Walt, do you want to do yours when we come back to Spokane? Is that okay? Or do you want to? Okay. I'm going to start off the questions. Actually, can you give us the title of the great course that you spoke about?
The great courses is they sell courses. You know what they are?
Yes.
You know what they are?
Yes.
Yeah. It's called Essentials of Tai Chi and Qigong. And it's by David Dorian Ross.
No, if we have one of the great courses that you can borrow out of our resource center that's on the brain, and these courses are amazing. If you haven't, I have a father who actually has, I think he has 10 or 15 of them. He really enjoys. Well, once you buy that many, you get lots of catalogs, you get lots of reduced prices. So, I swear if you could build up all the degrees, he's, anyways.
Yes.
So Essentials of Tai Chi and Qigong.
Yes, Qigong.
Qigong, sorry. And David Dorian Ross.
David Dorian is hyphenated.
Okay.
Ross.
And then the book
The book is by Norman Deutsch, which is Doidge.
Okay.
And it's The Brain's Way of Healing.
And hopefully I didn't just steal most of the questions but I think there's probably going to be other questions, but I know that those were going to be 2 questions. So I stole those because we'll look into getting both of those at the resource center to have available for people to borrow. And so what we do each month, we have several locations. We have 20 locations that can check in with us. I think We have 11 today. I don't know if there's people still at all of them. It just depends on the number. But we'll start at the top of my alphabetical list. Once I say the site, unmute your mic at your site, please. Let us know how many people are attending and if you have any questions. And I don't show right here that Anchorage was able to check in, but Anchorage? Okay, Billings, Montana.
This here
Hello.
at the brain through just February.
You are cutting out a little bit on your microphone. Okay. Okay, so poke you on your phone. Hold the button down once. Just poke it down once, and then let go, and then you should be able. There you go.
Okay. Can the books be ordered just from a regular library?
Once you have the title, you should be able. Your local library, you could probably see if they have that title available. You can also order them online through Amazon, I'm sure. That's how I get most of ours if I don't get them donated.
Thank you. There are just two of us. No further questions.
Thank you very much. Clarkston, Tri-State. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Colville.
Just one of me, and I have no questions. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. Never just one. We appreciate you being there. Miles City, Montana.
We have 7 people, 1 dog, and no questions.
You know, dogs are very good at Tai Chi. And yoga. Downward facing dog. Thank you for joining us today, Miles City. Moses Lake.
Cindy, could you give us the last name, spelling of the doctor that The Brain's Way of Healing, that book?
I have down D-O-I-D, as in dog, G-E. Did I spell that right?
That's E-O-I.
D as in dog, O as in Oscar, I, D as in dog, G as in good, E.
Okay, so it's Dodge with an I in the middle.
Yes.
All right, that's easier.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Steve.
We have had in and out. We've had 10 total individuals.
Thank you.
And you're looking well. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you recovering from this weekend as well?
A little on the overload with information, and now.
Yeah. Right. So I would enjoy, that reminds me, I would enjoy any feedback about how we formatted this summit this weekend and doing things a couple days in a row, because it's good, by the end of our 6 or 6.5 hours on Saturday, I think I saw a lot of drooping eyes, so including mine. I saw the inside of my eyelids. Thank you, Steve. Pendleton, Oregon.
Only one. No questions.
Thank you. Port Townsend, are you still there? I know you had a little bit of video trouble.
I think they dropped.
Okay. Pullman Regional Hospital. Richland Cadleck Medical Center.
We had 10 people in and out. And we don't have any questions, right, guys? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's good to have you. And Tenasket, North Valley Hospital.
All one of us is here.
And thank you for being there. And any questions?
No questions, thanks.
Thank you. And Michael, did you still have the, oh, nope, Walt. Okay.
Yeah. Cindy, Spokane has 15. And my question is Tai Chi something that folks who have difficulty standing can do?
I tried to structure this so that some people, so that there are interludes where there's time to sit and time to stand. That's how I've tried to structure it.
So yes, you believe that somebody who
If somebody who cannot stand up at all,
if they can't stand up at all, there is a good way of sitting. As I described in the beginning, you want to sit away from the back of the chair. You want to be self-supporting. You want to use those muscles in your back, and you want to be well planted into the earth. And you want the part of the posture is so that the breath can be full in your torso, which is good for your inner organs. So that it's really important that when one is sitting, that they sit self-supporting.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And did we have any other questions here in Spokane?
I would like
sure.
For Lynne and Sally to share maybe a bit about their experience.
Oh, perfect.
One thing I learned to do was relax better and concentrate better. And it made me more aware of I'm walking, and it makes me more aware of watching other people walk. And I watch them and I think, boy, that person's hurt, and you can tell by how they move. And I try to be conscious of that when I'm walking and stuff. And so it's been very beneficial to me. I enjoy the Tai Chi. I enjoy the breathing, and it's just been great.
Thank you, Lynne.
Thank you, ma'am. Through the Tai Chi, I have learned to stand long periods of time with no pain, focus my attention on movement, my balance, which I've really had trouble with. I've been doing good with that. It's coming slow, but it's coming. And I love it. I love the teacher. I love the Tai Chi.
Sally, thank you. And one thing I wanted, yes, please. One thing I wanted to say about the class that's coming up is while it's called Tai Chi for Parkinson's, as with any of our programs, it's Tai Chi for Parkinson's family members, friends, caregivers, community members at large. We invite everybody to register. This program specifically, you register through Act 2. But it is open, and so thank you for joining us today because it's representing our community outside of the Resource Center. Sally?
How long will it last?
This class, it's 10 weeks with one day.
Yes, it's 10 weeks. It's 45 minutes per class session from 12 to 12:45 and starts a week from Wednesday. And the phone number for registration is 279-6030.
And I have one last question since we have several locations outside of the Spokane area where it may be hard for them to come in each week and actually do this program. Tai Chi is beneficial when you can do it. Now, so if you have somebody in a rural community and they're able to find maybe a Tai Chi DVD or something to that effect, do you have any recommendations? I'm putting you on the spot, but I know there's I think I pronounced it wrong, but there's Gaiam. It's GIAM. There's N, but if there's any DVDs, because somebody maybe in Tonasket isn't necessarily going to have a Tai Chi class that they can go to, but if they could do Tai Chi in their home with a DVD, that would be beneficial as well.
I would suggest somebody that was working on their own that maybe they start with Qigong.
Okay.
And look for a Qigong tape.
Before jumping into...
Yes, because Tai Chi is learning a specific choreographed series that is very difficult to if the next move is in the other direction and the screen is there and you're turning here...
Yes.
It really doesn't. I don't think that Tai Chi works really well with videotapes unless a person has already learned the form and wants to go back and remember a move or review a move.
And so thank you. That exactly answered my question. So can you pronounce that again for me?
Qigong. Qigong is spelled two different ways because of the two different phonetic systems that they have in China. So it is spelled with a Q-I-G-O-N-G or Chi, C-H-I-K-U-N-G.
That's very good. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to those who get to join us for the class. I keep talking about registration again because through the community college, it's only $10 for that 10 weeks, which is incredible. So if you have an opportunity to take advantage of coming to that class. So that's not $10 per week. That's $10 for the whole time. Thank you very much, Kaiya, for being here today and showing us the program. If you have any questions about this or want a copy of this, just contact me at the Parkinson's Resource Center at 509-443-3361 or center@SpokaneParkinsons.org, and I'll help you in any way that I can.
And I want to thank the participants.
Yes. Oh, and thanks everybody who jumped right in. We didn't have everybody planned. She had Sally and Lynn planned, and everybody else volunteered. And then I saw many people at our outlying sites too who actually joined in as well. So thank you so much.